for the fax machine. No, the example is the same. The woman makes a beeline for the fax machine. Shh. No, it doesn't. That's the whole point. You got the emotional charge came from the women's lib issue. This is not a women's lib issue. Let's say it's the woman who does it, okay? She right away runs to look at the stocks. She right away runs to open the mail. She right away wants to hear all the message on the machine. And she doesn't talk to her husband. So what does the husband do? He's been trying for years to say, I want you to be sensitive to me. I want you to talk to me. I want you to give me a kiss at the door. One of the students was telling me that this is what the husband wanted from his wife. As soon as you come home, you don't do it. Right away, you have to go do something else. You can't talk to me. The example, let's take that example, okay? So what I suggested the husband or the wife should do, the husband should go over to his wife when she's listening to the answering machine and bring her a cool glass of lemonade. Everyone got very upset. What was the idea there? The idea is that what we're trying to see is there's two sides to every story, right? I'm thinking about me and my needs, and I'm saying, you know what? Listen, what's the spouse thinking? You should pay attention to me. I'm the center of the house. You should kiss me as soon as you come in. You should talk to me, right? What is the wife thinking? I need a few minutes. I'm so anxious to hear, did my stocks rise or fall? I'm so anxious to hear the messages. I can't. I'm on Spilkers. You know what Spilkers is? I have ants in my pants. I can't focus on you. I can't be in tune with you. I can't be totally present. I need to take care of my needs right now. I need to take care of this because I'm distracted. Okay? Why am I telling you this? This was the story that bothered some of the girls. That there's really two sides, and the two sides are very valid. Okay? The husband has his point, and the woman has his point. So what you're doing with the iced tea, the cup of iced tea or the lemonade, is you're saying, I'm with you. I hear your point. It's okay. I regard your point. Okay, you have a point too. And that is the best tactic for the husband his guard to come down, or the wife, her guard to come down and say, you know what a nice spouse I have. I know it bothers her, and she went and got me lemonade. That means she's with me, she's in tune with me, she understands where I'm coming from. She doesn't think it's because I'm mean and sensitive, it's just because I don't have the wherewithal to pay attention to her now. Now I'm going to try to pay attention to her. That was the point.
That's good.
I just want to tell you very briefly before the next speaker comes in, because he's about to come in, that his name is Rabbi Avram Braun, and he is the director at Or Sameach, and he provides counseling. He's an incredible fellow, and we work hand in hand together all the time. He's a very interesting and deep thinker. Yeah?
This is the one we saw yesterday?
This is the one you saw yesterday.
At Or Sameach?
Yes, he was at Or Sameach, and we have a very, very close relationship. And his main strength is guiding marital counseling, guidance counseling, career counseling, and I want to take some of his common sense, and he has deep reservoirs of them, and share them. He should share them with our group today. We're just going to have our photographer is going to go around with the video camera, and we're going to select people who'll go around now. Anybody that has anything great to say, I want you to say with us whatever. I know everybody's tired and everybody needs like 3 coffees to keep awake. But if there's something great you could say, he's going to ask you, or I'll ask you, what would you want to say to someone who's contemplating coming on the Legacy New York trip? And you give it all you have, because what you're going to have, those 5-second, 10-second caption, that might just help someone else who's going to be interested down the road in coming. Yes?
I think we should sit down there.
Yeah, we're all going to move over there. We're going to have a 5-minute break, and then we're all going to move over there for Rabbi Braun. It's very distracting over here.
No, that's a man. Let me talk to you.
That's what somebody said. I talked to Sean about. He said that you were talking, but I didn't know if you...
Yeah.
See, he made it... I don't know if he's trying to make it sound like there's a problem.
I feel like I'm falling for it.
Give me a second. Am I allowed to take like one if I mess up? Okay. So. Wait, what would I call like the group at Legacy? Like the people who set it up, like the Legacy. I want to talk about the rabbis and the people who set it up.
Just
the Legacy
team.
Okay. Give me a second. I want to, for giving me this opportunity. I've learned more about my Judaism, and now have a new, endeared responsibility to continue my Jewish faith and to spread the education of Judaism to all my family and friends. And that Judaism doesn't have to be a compromise, but a better way to value your Jewish life and teach your children, and better way to happiness. That didn't come out as well as I wanted.
You guys at Legacy, I just can't thank you enough.
But I want to be, yeah, but that doesn't,
That's all.
that's not very
Says it all.
descriptive.
Says it all.
I want to be descriptive, Rabbi Russ.
Do that as well.
Okay, fine.
I just can't thank you guys enough.
I have to be excited.
That's it. I just can't thank you guys enough.
What was that again?
You didn't just give me a better perspective on myself as a Jew,
Yeah.
but it's going to be for my children and for my grandchildren and for future generations.
And? L'chaim.
You give it up. It's got to come from you. You say what you say.
I know, like, more or less is what you're looking for.
More or less.
I'm John KJEW. So. What was that again? I'm making this too difficult, I know.
I want to tell you guys, you know, Robert Rice, you didn't just make me a better Jew. You have my generations. You didn't just make me a better Jew. And it's this appreciation of myself as a Jew. But it's kind of going to give this over to the children. I have such a better appreciation of where I'm coming from and where I'm going to now. Something like that. I'm so happy I came on this trip.
Okay,
It made
I
me
got it.
as a Jew. I feel it made me as a Jew.
Asha, I'm so happy I came on this trip because I have don't stop. I'm so happy I came on this trip because it made me the Jew who I am and will ultimately affect all my kids and
Okay. It's the camera. It's the camera.
you
Good.
need invisible cameras.
Yeah. I can't tell you what this trip did for me, for my children, and for my grandchildren. It changed me as a Jew. It changed. Always look at her. Just look at her. Like look at an angle.
Okay.
Eh?
I can't tell you what this trip has done for me. It's changed me, my Jewish kids. Say it one more time, one more time. Well, last time, it's working, I promise. Last time, it's working. Say it one more time.
I just can't tell you what this trip
I
did.
came to this trip misdirected and not sure where I was going, and I'm leaving with a sense of direction and hope for my children. And now I know where I came from and now where I'm going as a Jew.
What would you say to someone who was contemplating possibly coming to this trip? You can stand there.
Yeah,
that's fine.
so I was trying to hear you.
That's great. what would you want to say to someone who was contemplating this trip?
How could you possibly turn down this opportunity to grow into such a better person, better Jew? Oh yes, very much so. Yeah. I'm going back to college with a new sense of hope and pride for my Jews. And
I'm going back to college with, just in a nutshell, a much stronger sense of who I am as a Jew. Nothing else, no
okay, fine. I'm going back to college with a new sense of pride for who I am as a Jew.
I'm going back to college with a much better sense of who I am as a Jew.
I'm going back to I'm going back to college with a much better sense of wait, come on. I need cue cards here. I'm going back to college with a much better sense of who I am as a Jew.
See, now, just look at me the whole time. Say that again if you could. Could you?
Yeah. I'm going back to college with a much better sense of who I am as a Jew.
Great, that's great. Try it one more time. Could you just say that
It's like flow.
in one long sentence in a row?
The camera or no camera? Okay.
Just that was
I'm going back to college with a much better sense of who I am as a Jew.
great.
Second, I'm involved in people's lives. We have thousands and thousands of alumni people. I meet about 1,000 people a year. Spend a couple of hours a day listening to people, learning from them, and hopefully doing some advice. And the third
And the third, Shimon?
Like short things that can be cut together, or
I'd say on the short side.
like a few seconds each.
Yeah.
I'll just say a few things. I came to this trip with few expectations, but I left with a wreath of knowledge that I'll pass on to all my kids and the next generation. I came to this trip with few expectations, but I left with a wreath of knowledge that I can pass on to my future generation. Please, Vakasha.
How's it affected the life? What paths you're going to take in the future or would have taken?
I think I look at life and have a new value for life, and I hope that I can continue my Jewish education because I know the value. I now know the value of cut. Has helped me find something that I've been looking for, and now I have the pride for Judaism that I've always wanted but couldn't get the answers. I don't know, something like that.
This program this week has, no question about it, has changed my life. It's given me an identity that I really didn't know I had. I never felt like I really had a people. I knew that a people was something that I could see, and I had never seen them. And coming to New York was an incredible way to experience that. I will definitely go back a different person. There are areas of my life that I've examined on this trip that I have never before. The rabbis on this trip, the chaperones on this trip are incredible. I don't think I've met one person that hasn't been more than eager, more than excited to help out in any way they could and answer any questions that they could. And I think the most important part of this trip is that for every question that I had answered, I feel like I have two more to ask now. My head is crazy. My head is everywhere, and it's caused me to re-examine a lot of things in my life, a lot of directions that I felt at one time I had chosen, and maybe now I want to take another look. I've never felt pressured on this trip. It's an incredible opportunity, and for the people that I truly hope that the people that are giving the money, that are subsidizing this trip, know what they're doing, and I think they do, because if they didn't, they wouldn't be doing it.
This is my friend Bill.
But we don't even go to the same school. Noam is from Santa Barbara. I'm from UCLA.
And I now feel like I have a friend that I can share all my Jewish learning and growing with.
It's a scary thing to go through this and to feel like you have to grow by yourself. And that's another incredible point about this trip, is that the growing is not singular, it's not individual, it's through a group, and it's with friends and people that you care about and that care about you.
You meet great people to help you along in this. It's not an easy task, but it's your responsibility to grow as a Jew. And having a great person like Bill and many other people to meet, you can finally feel comfortable expressing your ideas and feelings to your friends and to your family. And thank you very much for this opportunity.
It's a very interesting thing. I think I've been thinking a lot about the plane ride over here, and the way that we talked and the way that we interacted, and it's very surface. And what else can it be when we're a huge group of people that do not know each other. And then in contrast, I think about the plane ride home, and when I look at those same faces that were on the plane ride here, there's not a doubt in my mind that these are people that I will stay in touch with, because the bond that we have is very great. It's beyond the hobby. It's beyond an interest. We're the same. We're one.
Is there anything you'd like to say, just like in a very brief sentence, about the morning learning in Or Sameach itself?
Excuse me?
Is there anything you'd like to mention about Or Sameach, the morning learning in Or Sameach, or the power of being in yeshiva for the first time for
Being in Or Sameach for the day, I have never seen a vitality and a vibrance and an enthusiasm like that in my life.
And I asked myself the question, why is he being so selfish? And that's his makes. And the answer is, he's an animal. Animals are takers. Animals don't really have the inherent capacity to give other than instinctually, like a mother feeding her young. Human beings have the ability to be in the likeness of God. We all are takers. We need to take. When you went to sleep, you took. Anything, pleasure or bodily needs is taking. But we also have the capacity to be in the likeness of God, which is to give. That is the spiritual. The soul can give. And the glow of the good feeling that you have when you do something for someone else, especially if it entails some sacrifice, that is something spiritual already. And our objective in this world, says Rabbi Dessler, based on the book of creation, man and woman, he created them in the likeness of God, in the image of God, just like God has the gives, the spiritual gives. The physical body takes, the spirit gives. Everyone has to take and everyone has to give. The measure of success in this world is what your ratio of giving is more than taking. If you're a 90% taker, you're a selfish person. If you're a 90% giver, you're a giving person, and everybody loves a giving person. They make you feel good. What does that have to do with man and woman? Now we have our answer. The objective from a Torah perspective of marriage, the objective of a long-term relationship between a man and woman, is to develop the art, the skill of life itself, which is giving. Because there is no arena to develop giving as much as in a long-term relationship in marriage between husband and wife and husband. You know why? Because if you're committed, which is what marriage is all about, she's always there. He is always there. There's a constant. It's not a one-time giving. And there's no prestige. Nobody knows about it on the outside. It's for real. It's internal. It's always there. And with this, we'll understand. So ultimately, the purpose of marriage is to learn how to get away from our natural, normal, selfish, wanting, taking selves, which we have in common with the animal world, just we're a little more sophisticated about our taking. But to learn how to give. And the only way that we can learn how to give well enough and constantly enough is within marriage. And now we know why for your spouse, when you do something for your wife or husband, and she knows that you don't care about this for yourself, and she knows you're only doing it for me because you care about me, that makes her feel good, or vice versa. Because we know that it's not for you. You couldn't care less. And that's really spanning the gender gap. So it would be too easy, and it wouldn't be enough of a stretch of learning how to give if it was just 2 women or 2 men. If that was the design of a family. It's got to be a man and woman who are so different that you really can't understand the person, and you love him or her anyway. And you go out of your way to make that person happy. The Torah says, when you get married, it's the responsibility, it's a mitzvah commandment for a man to make his wife happy. That sounds sexist, discriminatory. Why should it say that the woman should make her husband happy? Anybody have any ideas? The emotional response is so powerful that if you just start the right way and you do things right, you're automatically going to get a much more powerful response, a positive response. Do things wrong, you're going to get a much more powerful, you're overreacting now, my dear wife, that kind of response. Because emotions are so much more powerful.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm a junior at UCLA. My major is business economics. And, before I came on this ship, I was just really focused on money and, real estate and stocks and just succeeding in, I guess, in the corporate and finance world. And this trip has really given me a new perspective on what's important and success. And I've really learned that, I can't really equate success with just, your financial status. Because that comes and goes, and you always have your Jewish identity. And it's there with you forever, even after you die. And that's what's important. And I've learned that I really can't compromise that for anything. And
you say that just in one quick sentence, like, I'm in the corp. I want to be a corporate titan.
Just tell me what to say. I'll say it. 'Cause I can't. Corporate.
I'm studying for my MBA, junior master's. So I'm studying for my business degree. I want to be a corporate titan. I always wanted to be a corporate titan. I want to make it to the Fortune 500, but not at the expense of my being a Jew. This trip's given me what it means to be a Jew. Something like that.
All right. I'm an undergrad with a business economics major, and I've always wanted to be this, on the cover of Fortune 500. But you have to, one more time. Let me do it one more time.
No, it's okay. You've got plenty of time.
Okay.
No rush as well. No rush. I'm not making you nervous. You've got plenty of time. No one's looking.
No, they can look. That's fine. Yeah. I had it before, but okay.
Something like to the effect like, I want to make it big, real big,
Yeah.
in the business world, and I also want to make it because that's what's really, that's the legacy I'm going to give to my children. That's the real legacy I'm going to pass on to my children. This trip gave it to me. Something like that. If you feel that close, just in one line, no pausing, just look at me. Feel very comfortable. Tell it to me. Real big. I think you want to be real big.
So, but I also want to be a Jew, is that what you're saying?
And I also want to make it big as a Jew. That's what's going to affect that's what I can pass on as a legacy. That's the real legacy I can give to my children.
Hi, I'm a business economics major at UCLA, and I want to be on the cover of Fortune 500, and I want to make it big. And I want the Ferrari and the jet, but I also want to make it big as a Jew. And that's what I've got out of this trip. And I'm just so thankful, and you need to do it, and you won't regret it.
Okay. You can look at me, don't worry, look at me.
Okay. I'm a biz econ major at UCLA. I want to be on the cover of Fortune 500, corporate titan, the big guy. But I also want to be a Jew. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I was-
doesn't matter, say it, there's tons of
I can't. It's hard for me to say it if I can't do my own thing. You know, I did my own thing before, but I can't.
It was good.
I-
Very good. Is there anything you'd like to say about the group as a whole, how they bonded with one another?
The group as a whole has it gone?
How did you feel being part of the group?
Oh, everybody was amazing. We bonded like brothers and sisters, like we knew each other from before.
Great.
Yeah.
That's a great line.
Okay.
Yeah. Jody?
Is fantastic. At this point in my life, I'm having a lot of questions. I'm going through a lot of emotions, and the time that it is at the end of the summer, it's really a great experience to be with such great people and to learn about something that that I kind of have minimal experience with. So between the religion and the companionship, it's really a fantastic experience that they'll never forget and really can't be duplicated. Is that short enough?
Great.
Can I do it again? You want me to do it again, or?
You do it again. See if you can get it.
Okay. Back? Okay. Okay. What's that? Okay. All right, I'm ready. Okay. The New York trip is really fantastic. It has exceeded all of my expectations. Before I came on the trip, I really didn't know what I was going to do, didn't know how I was going to feel. Actually, almost didn't go on the trip, and I don't really know what I would have done if I hadn't gone on the trip. It's been such an emotional experience, both in spirituality, with religion, and with companionship. It's just an experience. You have to do it to know what it's like, and it's really an amazing feeling, an experience that really can't be duplicated, and something I'll truly never forget.
Great. Where you just sort of you'd like to just share with me where you come from in terms of your family, religion, just your background.
Just answer that question.
Yeah, just, and then you can say, you know, why this trip sort of gave you structure and identity, like to a lot of things that you weren't sure about. Maybe.
Okay. I was brought up in basically a secular home. Mother's Jewish, father is not Jewish, and it was really interesting to come on the trip and learn about my identity and about the people that are here, to see other people that are almost exactly like me, people that are different than me, yet still have many similarities. And like I said, for me, it's to feel that companionship with the other people, even more so. That's kind of how the religion and how the spirituality grows, is through the congregation and through all of the relationships that I've made here this week.
A lot of questions about Judaism that I didn't have answers to, and nobody in my community could really answer them. And on this trip, through all the lectures and all the discussions on free time with the people who run the trip and the other people who help out, I've learned so much about Judaism, so many things that I felt were missing from what I had learned about Judaism were explained to me, and nobody was ever condescending, and everyone explained patiently, and I feel like I know so much more about Judaism now. And I also feel that all the people on the trip sort of became my family. I'm going off to college now, and so it's really nice to have a connection with people from the community that I'm going to college with, and to feel that I sort of have a home base, because I'm not going to be with my parents anymore, and I'm going to be away from home. And so that was really nice too. And it was wonderful, wonderful to be able to see a city that I would have no other opportunity to see, and that is really, really important to my family, because of course my family came through Ellis Island and they lived on the Lower East Side of New York, and so New York is really important to us, but since I live in California, I don't usually have the opportunity to be able to, see what my family was experiencing, a couple decades ago.
Anything more you'd like to say is great, that's terrific.
Okay.
Anything more you'd like to say just about where your family background is from and how you feel that this trip strengthened your identity as a Jew?
Yeah, well, my family comes from Eastern Europe, and they all came on boats because of pogroms in Russia and Poland, etc., through Ellis Island to New York. And, you know, I've always heard about how Jews live in the East Coast and, you know, how a lot of people are living more like my family lived, you know, during the turn of the century and in the 20s and 30s. But life is really different in California. And so it was so interesting to see people's beliefs that haven't changed, that are still solid, that were a lot like the beliefs of my family. And it was just really, you know, interesting to learn so many different traditions that I don't know about, or that, you know, certain ways that I've taken for granted and what their meaning is, and, you know, why I do them, why I practice them, and to see why my family from, you know, a couple of generations ago practiced those very same traditions. Something I have to say to you personally?
Just, you know, I want to thank Brother Rack and the Legacy team for giving us such an incredible program.
Okay. I want to thank Rabbi Reich and the Legacy team for giving me the most amazing experience and being a family to me, and really including me in the whole organization, and including me on their experience and their perspective on life and sharing with me. I want to thank the Legacy team for being wonderful and accepting me and giving me a wonderful experience.
There's just one thing you can say about how everybody feels accepted as they are on the trip. That's how they bond so well.
Yeah. Okay.
Just in a very, very brief, concise way.
Okay. Okay. Everyone comes from different backgrounds, but no matter who you are, they're accepted and loved and treated totally equally on this trip. Okay, can I
go? Before I came on this trip, I always knew I was Jewish. I always felt Judaism was right. Certain things I felt on my own, it turned out that they were being taught by Judaism. Coming on this trip gave me the education, basically, that I needed to support my ideas, to tell me that, you know, this is right, this is the way life should be, and it's so logical. Everything behind Judaism makes so much sense, and even though at times, you know, it doesn't, your animal instincts, I guess you can call them, don't tell you this is the way it should be, you know, deep inside something's always telling you that's not the way it should be. Something should be different. And coming on this trip basically told me that those inside feelings, those stronger feelings, the feelings that I really feel, coming on this trip, it taught me that those feelings are the right ones. Definitely, yeah. Coming on this trip, I learned so much about Judaism, so much that I definitely want to learn more. And I think everyone that's Jewish definitely at least owes it to themselves to learn, because on this trip they're not going to brainwash you. They're not going to tell you this is the way you have to be, because so many people are going to leave this trip and not change at all, not change any of their lifestyles. But for me, you know, just learning about it, it made so much. It meant so much to me, because, like I said, I felt these things before. I'm really. Oh, okay. Right. Okay. Going to Muncie was definitely one of the best experiences of this trip. I mean, everybody at first comes on this trip to see New York, to maybe to learn about Judaism a little bit, but going to Muncie and seeing an actual Shabbat in a community where a high percentage keeps the Shabbat, it was really amazing, because these people, they weren't just, you know, Orthodox Jews, and they weren't just learning all day, and most of them had professions. They owned businesses, lawyers, doctors, dentists, you know, everything that what we aspire to be in a secular society. They were all doing these things, and they were Orthodox, and they knew so much about the Torah. And it showed me that you know, with my goals right now, I can be successful as far as in, you know, making money, and I can also be successful as far as Judaism. But it also taught me that the making money part isn't even close to as relevant as being happy within yourself. Yeah. Definitely. I definitely want to learn so much more because of this trip, and I believe that going home, I will slowly begin trying to keep more of the laws, more of Judaism. I will definitely try and be more Jewish.
Okay, my name is Allison, and I come from a family who was raised very Reform. My mother always felt it was important to know the Jewish holidays, and so we always celebrated them. You know, she would have the round challah for Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, and we always celebrated for Hanukkah, and we'd have Passover Seders with our family. But I really never understood a lot of the concepts about Judaism. A lot of the things that are very important to really understand the religion. I had a lot of doubts in God when I came on this trip. I didn't think there was one, and I didn't understand how all these people could truly believe there was a God. And after this trip, when they really sat down and they kind of explained to you all of the different ideas of Judaism, and they kind of went over the Torah, and they talked about evolution and creation and how they're one and all and they complement each other, I really realized there must be something out there. There must be a God. And from then on, it was really easy to start following everything. And I'm really glad I now know there's a God. Oh, I say you should definitely go on this trip. It is so wonderful. A lot of people, I got a lot of religious out of it. Some didn't, but I really think they gained a lot of different wonderful aspects. People made friendships that I've made all these friends. All 40 of the people I would love to stay in touch with. It made me more comfortable to be Jewish. I would wear 10 commandments around my neck. At home, I would never do that. And I know a lot of girls who were saying that they want to go out and buy some long skirts, and I'm thinking of doing that too. And I just definitely would recommend this to everybody.
Is there anything you'd like to say just for a second about the bonding and the pizzazz, the excitement of the trip?
Yeah, I had so much fun in Muncie. That was, I think, the ultimate experience. I loved it because, first, I loved being in a Jewish atmosphere with all these different Jewish families, but I kind of grew up never really knowing what kind of people the Orthodox were. I had my own philosophies, and deep down, I kind of I don't know. And then meeting these people and sitting with them and having a meal with them, and we stayed at this one house for 3.5 hours during Shabbat. And we talked and giggled and had so much fun, and it made me realize what a wonderful atmosphere it is and how special I was to be spending this weekend with them and how I would really enjoy doing that more in the future. And that was my favorite part.
Traditional conservative home, the program has inspired me and opened my eyes to some of the values that I was taught at home, and made me realize some of the background that I come from. And I think the program is very beneficial even for people with a background like myself, just to renew values and to understand where we come from, why we do what we do, and why we should maintain the tradition.
Jeremy, what were you looking for when you came on this trip, just in a nutshell?
I was looking for looking for some answers to ideological questions regarding Judaism, the Jewish faith, and how Jews can merge both modern-day living with, I don't know, I can't. Just be myself. Well, coming on the program, I was looking for questions to theological issues that I had that dealt with God and Judaism and religion, and particularly in light of Jewish history, events like the Holocaust and most recent. and just looking for answers to merge both traditional Judaism with modern society, and how I can renew my faith and maintain tradition. And one of the most important things that I learned on the trip was, how can what can I do for my children that I didn't have? And it was certainly nothing monetary. And so I'm committed now to send my kids to yeshiva, bring them up in an environment similar to my own, in a home, a kashrus, and try to give them more values than I had, which that's in a sum. Wow, what did I just say? Yeah, the trip has inspired me to merge modern day living with traditional Judaism, and really inspire my kids in the future to really take a hold of Judaism and celebrate the traditional values. And I think another aspect another important lesson I learned from the trip, I don't know, I'm like going all over the place.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you!
Okay, hold on. Coming onto this trip, I was very skeptical of a lot of aspects of Judaism. And I think one of the most beautiful parts about this trip, and one of the parts that affected me most, is this trip isn't just about Judaism and about proving that God exists or trying to even get me to believe in God. It was about morals and values and relationships and a lot of things that apply to my life and to everybody else's life in this society, regardless of whether or not you believe in Judaism or you are Jewish. And I thought that was one of the most beautiful parts, is that it really applied to everybody. At the same time, I learned a lot about my Judaism and myself and my culture and my roots and my past that really mean a lot to me and that have encouraged me to continue exploring my Judaism, to take more Jewish studies classes, to really continue with my religion. And now I understand why I want to do that and why I want to celebrate Shabbat with my family every Friday, and even with my family, my community that I now am going to have at UCLA, thanks to JAM. I encourage everybody to go on this trip. It's also an awesome experience. I'm going to be a freshman in 2 weeks. I now have older friends and older connections. I'm closer to a lot of people, and it was a really incredible bonding experience. I bonded. Do you want me to say that? It was a really incredible bonding experience, and I'm really, really happy that I did this.
Say that again,
because that's the part you're going to put in. Okay. This trip was a really incredible bonding experience, and I am so happy that I did it, and I've taken so much out of it. And I encourage everybody else to come to New York or to any of the JAM trips, and to also, pull everything they can out of it, because for me, it really helped me as a person. It gave me a lot of self-confidence, and it instilled and kind of like pushed in, or I need the word, help me, Rabbi, reinstilled, revitalized the values and the morals that, I've been raised. Revlon commercials? Okay, so you want me to start the whole thing? From bonding? Okay. This trip really revitalized and reinstilled in me the morals and the values that I've been raised on, and that I would like to raise my children on with. Okay. This trip really revitalized and reinstilled in me the values and the morals and the ideals that I want to live my life with and that I want to raise my children on in the future.
Without this trip, do you think you can say without this trip, it just revitalized my Judaism?
Just it?
Yes, just it.
Okay. It really revitalized my Judaism and the morals and ideals and values that I want to live my life on and that I want to raise my children on in the future. Thank you, Jam. Oh, they were. Okay, yeah, I'd like to say that. I can't add to it.
You say those 4 words and then you add to it.
Okay, the Legacy team were incredible. They were so patient, they were so understanding, everybody was so open. It was a really incredible experience.
Great. That's great.
Anything else?
People's attention spans are very brief, so you
Yeah.
have to flip from one thing to the other. So one sentence, if you have to sum up the whole experience, like in 5 words on a TV screen, and you were out there on Times Square, and in 5 words you can give the whole world what this was. Just say it in 5 words.
You want me to say that?
Like that. If
Okay.
you say that, that's good. Just big smile.
It was incredible.
Great. Yeah, let's try that again. That's valuable.
Okay, it was incredible.
Great.
I don't know what they are. They're
Just beats. It's just like birthday lights. Good. See if you could just put the gum somewhere. Like, you know, the teacher just walked in the room, you know, like that kind of stuff.
how about in the side of my mouth? Okay.
Great. Just if you want to say in a nutshell, like where you come from.
Well, I'm coming from a very non-observant family, and I before I came on the trip, I thought it was really bad, and I went to the interview with Rabbi Zeret, and I really liked that he was giving me the opportunity to learn more about Judaism, and when I came on the trip, it was really wonderful because I learned an incredible amount, more than I ever knew, and I've met extremely nice people, and just it's been a wonderful experience, just bonding with everyone that has similar views and making new friends. It's been great.
What would you want to say to someone who's contemplating maybe coming on the trip, like a one-line plug, if you had to plug them for like 10 words, what would you tell them just in a nutshell?
I tell them that it's probably the most incredible, life-changing experience that you can go through in 10 days.
Wait, could you say that again? Maybe just the most life-changing, the most incredible?
It's
Give that one.
going on this trip to New York is the most incredible, life-changing experience you can possibly have in a 10-day period.
And could we say like this, see if you can reformulate that without the New York? There you are, Times Square, big billboard, and you're giving it out to the whole world. They're all focusing on the cameras. It's the most incredible trip. It's the most incredible thing you can experience as a Jewish student. You think you can do that? Let it flow. Let those juices go.
Coming on this trip has been the most incredible experience that anyone can have in the Jewish religion and coming in closer in contact with it. And it's just been an incredible 10 days.
And let's see if we can just get that one more time. If you don't mind, we'll just keep rolling. You never know what instead of the trip, just say like, it's been the most incredible experience of my life. It's the most incredible experience any Jewish student can have, something like that. It just is, without the trip.
Okay.
It's the most incredible experience any Jewish student can have.
Sorry.
We don't just interfere a little with the,
Well, I think Harrison will shoot, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
Okay, I'm sorry.
we're gonna make people want snack.
It's been the most incredible experience any Jewish student can have in a 10-day period.
okay, one second, I'm just going to shoot you on the case. That's many grams of
Johnny Walker. Love you.
Say it one more time, like, you know, really cool.
It's been the most incredible experience any Jewish student can have in a 10-day period.
Great, that's a great line. That's
Okay.
great. Okay, now try one more time, like something like that.
It's been the most incredible experience any Jewish student can have in a 10-day period.
And just like, just in 3 words, it's been wonderful.
It's just amazing. Thank you.
We're going to try and make their job as easy as possible. There are in-house production film specialists. So they'll be catching you if you have a couple of words to say into the mic. Feel free. Let your hair down and say it as it is. Okay, Sean. Okay, that's better, Sean? Okay, it's all yours.
You do jokes very well.
Good.
They want a slice of pizza.
Anything anybody wants to say into the camera, they should just feel free.
You haven't heard what? How do you think this experience changes your perspective on Judaism? That's because we don't have anyone who just had a baby or just got engaged. Okay. Oh.
This has been a great experience, a real head turner. I hope we all take back a little something special when we go back to where we came from. It's a very, very moving experience. We'll give it a shot.
Is this a joke?
No. It's Vic putting
Oh, Mazel Tov, Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Yehilanum. Oh, Lechal Yisrael, Simon Tov. Come on. Oh, Mazel Tov, Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Yehilanum. Oh, Lechal Yisrael, Simon Tov, oh, Mazel Tov. Oh, Lechal Yisrael, Simon Tov, oh, Mazel
But we gotta write like Jam Legacy, Jaguar, blah blah.
Katya Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Yehilanum. Oh, Lechal Yisrael. Oh, boom, boom, boom. Bum 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 ti la 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 da da mo yo yo come on yo 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 la 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 yo 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 ti la 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 say yeah mental oh Mazel Tov, oh, Simon Tov, Mazel Tov, Yehilanum, oh, Lechal Yisrael, David Melech, Melech Yisrael, David Melech Yisrael, David Melech Yisrael, Melech Yisrael.
I don't know the words. Melech Israel, David Melech
Israel, David Melech.
Mazel, Mazel Tov.
What?
ולכל ישראל.
Lord Israel.
Yeah. I'm gonna edit this part. Edit it. Cut him out. Oh, lachal Yisrael.
Lord Israel.
This guy's got a future in the singing business. All right.
Hey lanu, oh lachal Yisrael.
Hey lanu, hey lanu. Okay. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Hey lanu, hey.
Good Shabbos.
Yeah, good Shabbos. I like that. Na 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 na.
Na 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 na. Nine, nine, nine.
Nine, 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 nine. Not bad. Nine, 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 nine. Come on, guys. Ay, 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 ay.
Ay, 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 ay.
Ay, na, 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 na. Ay, na, 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 na.
No, 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 no.
Na, 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 na. Ay, na, 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 na.
No, no, no.
Nine, 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 nine. You know who's next to you. You know who's next. Nine, 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 nine. Just what can I? Nine, 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 nine. Nine, nine, nine.
Nine, nine, nine.
What now?
I brought my camera because I'm going to check it in.
All right, is it on? Is it on? Okay. Huh? Ready? We are about to enter the New York City Federal Reserve Bank.
Okay. You don't have to look at the mic. You just
Okay.
pick it up very far
No,
away.
I'm just. We are bet.
What do you think of this trip, guys?
I think this is a great trip because I got to saw the building where he and I are going to be co-CEOs of, and I think this is really great. And Ramin and I are really happy to be here, and Persians make the world go around, and that's basically it. Yeah.
Okay.
Love yes.
Kenya? Kenya?
Okay. Is it on? Yeah. This is a really great trip. You meet a lot of interesting people, like Ben over here.
That's right.
I love it. Especially if you're a first-year student and you don't know
Tell them
anybody.
about how we won the basketball tournament yesterday.
Oh my God! I scored this.
We beat 'em.
I scored. We're
beat
Team
them.
Persia. Team
We're
Persia.
ballers.
This is great.
A deer is a baller when we beat them.
Anyways, I recommend this trip to anybody. The people are great. Rabbi Reich is wonderful. and the music. Anyways, that's
Tell
it.
me what you're studying in college and how this is going to make you a better Jew.
This is gonna make me a better Jew. I'm more aware of my my background, and that's it. That's it.
Hello, my name is Rabbi Kay, Rabbi Klatsko, and I've joined Legacy on this incredible trip. Every time we have expectations, and each and every time they're far surpassed. Rabbi Reich and the crew do an incredible job, and they should just keep doing it again and again because the Jewish people need it in the very worst of ways. Thank you.
This is the most amazing trip. Come on, boys!
The most amazing trip. When I go on this trip, I just feel like we're finally doing something. We're finally getting through to people that don't know any better. We're giving them a chance to decide on their own, and it's happening through Legacy. Thank you.
Anyone wants to get Times Square? Did you get Times Square?
Where?
Did you get Times Square? Just this whole thing.
Where do you see anything that says Times Square?
See that it's Times Square.
Where's my knapsack?
Well, I got it over there.
Oh, yeah, you got to get the Times Square excitement.
Okay, everybody, let's go and you'll see everyone following.
Where are we going?
Okay.
NASDAQ, baby. This is NASDAQ.
406 9330. Again, 661 406 9330. There should be completely previously now as well. Jim and jump to the front. Jump to the front. What?
One, two, three. Are you guys both doing it to each other?
Hey, you gotta say words.
Yeah, you have to. I can't do it right now. I can't do it in front of other people. What do you want me to say?
Just legacy, you're enjoying the trip. What you think about it? Just hold the microphone.
Do I have to? Can I do it later? Oh, I hated it.
You hated the NASDAQ?
Yeah, we better get someone else over here. I really don't want to do this. You guys. Aviv, I really don't feel like it. I don't want to talk. Can we get someone else?
You want to talk a little bit?
Jody, do you talk?
What do you want me to talk about?
Here. Just talk about legacy and.
Oh no. Oh.
Come on.
I've talked to Brock on this.
Can you do
How are you
it?
enjoying the trip?
She'll do it. She'll do it.
How are you enjoying the trip?
Okay. What are you asking me? Okay, I am having a very good time. I think this is amazing, and I think if anybody can get anything out of this trip, it's awareness of who they are as Jews, as people, and it's just a phenomenal experience and it's a phenomenal starting point, and Legacy is amazing.
I'm leaving today. I'm gonna be a part of it. New York, New York. Okay, that's all I can't do anymore. Oh, don't tell me you don't have to do that again.
No way.
Why did I get this?
What'd you do?
Sorry. Hey, Bill, you're needed. Okay, anyway, these people will never see us again. Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. Yeah, how you doing? You in the third row. Be a part of it. New York, New York.
I wanna wake up in a city that never sleeps.
Oh yeah.
If I can't make it here, I'll make it anywhere. It's up to you.
Boom.
New York. New York.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
God bless you, America. You can stop filming. You can stop filming now.
Okay.
I will make it to New York.
Oh my goodness. What a voice. Rabbi Reich just shattered all the glass in Manhattan with that voice.
We're here. We're live in Times Square, and the scene is there's a band of 40 marauding Jews that have taken over the Nasdaq. How are you?
Not bad, not bad. Well, the market closed pretty strongly today. I don't know. Like
Good Shabbos.
Good Shabbos. Is that true? Is that true?
We're here live in New York. I have with me one of the senior analysts of the Jewish community, Mr. Bill Goldich. Bill, tell me, what are the hot stocks for this Shabbos?
I'd look at Manischewitz is huge. It's huge and it's on its way up. Mrs. Adler's is out. Sell Mrs. Adler's.
Sell Mrs. Adler's at 7. Tell me, what do you think of the gefilte fish market this Friday night?
I think it's great. A lot of sugar on your gefilte fish, like my grandmother used to do it. But I love my grandmother. I love you. I love you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Bill, and thank you, Bill's grandmother. This is Lawrence Hadjoff at the NASDAQ. Have a good night. I want that interview on this. I want that interview on the video. Let's go. Here we go. Yeah, Mr. John Aaron, please. Are you filming? Are you filming? I say yeah. Yep. So we're on. We have Mr. John Aaron all the way from California, a senior market analyst. Mr. Aaron, please tell me how much money you made today upstairs.
Oh, $2 million.
$2 million. What were your main investments?
Cisco, Dell, and Citigroup.
Fantastic. Made $2 million. And which was your major stock?
Cisco.
Cisco. Very good. Tell me about what's on for next Shabbos for you?
Shul and some Talmud studying.
Do you think that the price of gefilte fish and Manischewitz is going to go up or down this Shabbos?
Definitely up. There's a great demand in the prices of Manischewitz, and the supply is shrinking as we speak. So I do foresee an increase, and I advise you to get out there and buy as much as you can while you can.
Thank you, John Aaron. This is Lawrence Hadjoff signing out for NASDAQ 100 Shabbos.
Yeah, just look at it. Look at it like you were just facing me.
He likes to show us things.
Permission to believe.
Is it on Rabbi? Is it on Esther's or what? Rabbi, is it just him talking or is it just like random essays?
It's him discussing.
Just random essays on different topics?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. But then on a general categories, but yeah.
Okay.
It's short, it's not long.
It's better than this one I'm listening to.
This is better.
But I'm new to this whole thing, so I need something that's... Okay.
It's a good book to buy.
Yeah. This I would say, if anything, that was a book I'd recommend to you. There's also another book here. One second. There's also other ones. Give me a second. These ones are very cute. There's one to fill in, one on the real. These are very lovely.
Did you go into what the title of the book he's looking at? Did you do that already? No, who cares? You want these students to hear.
Having trouble. Having trouble. Get it off the box.
Yeah, let's film, please. We're trying to I'd appreciate that.
You like to God.
Can you show us the title of the book?
Title of the book? To believe.
It has like a little... John Aaron. Basically, it's these books over here. Sabbath. All about why. Fill in. John Aaron. There. These books are me. Oh, Shabbos is going to be in this one? That's all in here. I'm telling you, this book is... Going to buy his first set of books. Decided that's what he needs to learn. Before he learns anything else, we've decided my Sephardi friends over here need to study the Zohar and the mystical teachings of the rabbis. Thank you very much.
Good luck. Oh, here, this is good.
Oh yeah, I lost mine. I always stolen out of my car with my Collison phone.
Really?
Yeah,
That's a bummer.
Not to mention
This is the king. You go through this every week and you're smarter than the rabbis. And it's all have it in Hebrew, of course.
Right.
Yeah. And it has everything in English, and then with the commentary. And it's just, it's incredible.
Right, thank you.
You know what you're talking about by the time you finish.
If you were to read just a regular...
So if you don't translate the publisher will actually get...
Right.
Would it be the same as in the English version of this?
No.
Probably not. This is much more exact.
Thanks.
I'll give you an example, okay? In the in regular Bible, you would read, it says, in the beginning God created heaven and earth, right? Bereshit bara Elokim es hashamayim v'arayim. But in reality, that's not a sentence. If you know Hebrew, it's a run-on sentence. So look, they're very careful to put these dashes to show you. In the beginning of God's creating heaven and earth, which is the end of, when the earth was astonishingly empty of darkness, service, and the divine presence hovering over the waters, with all that, God said, let it be light. So the first action that took place was let it be light.
He didn't, not the creating.
Not the creating of heaven and earth. So this is like, that's why when Art Scroll came out, everything else became obsolete. Because they took everything very seriously. And this is king. Every shul that has money has been converting from, you know, that Sansino or Hertz.
Yeah, the Sansino. What do you think of the Sansino?
Sansino's good, but again,
it's not the Art Scroll.
No, Art Scroll is king. Plus, that makes it a beautiful book. I mean, it's just you own this, and you feel like you own the Torah. Yeah? So Sylvia's just got this.
Yeah, minus $10,000.
10,000? Torah goes
40.
For about over 40 times.
Or yeah, is it over 40?
Yeah.
Is the smaller one just as good? Or just...
Yeah, smaller just as good. Here's the miniature version.
Kamazay?
I probably should have showed this.
I was looking for Torah on CD-ROM, but there'd be a problem with that if we were to learn Torah during Shabbat.
This is it. Let me show it to you. Let me show it to you. Basically, they take the Torah, they translate it, okay? Then they bring, this is the Rashi, watch. Then they bring the whole Rashi and they put it down into normal Hebrew writing, not in Rashi script, and translate it. And then at the bottom, you get those amazing notes about exactly why he's asking. Every time Rashi says something, he says it for a reason. So down here, I'll tell you why. This is the best. I still learn by this every single day. This is the best you can get. It's a 5-part set.
No one Bereshit.
You're on the first one. Okay, so let's find it for you. No, it's got Devarim because that's what everyone's buying next. That's where we are now.
Right.
This? That. Kevin maybe says?
Very cheap. This is the best you can get. This is very important. And look how long it takes just to get through it. This is the first line of the first 4 words.
Right. We did 3 sentences. 2 hours.
You can spend weeks on it. Look, it's going on. The Russian down. Why the whole Grecian? You know why we start here. Why the Torah starts here. Explains exactly why the pasuk begins with the creation of the world and not with the first mitzvah. You go straight, spends a lot of time. All these notes down here explain all the sources. Shows you the whole thing. It's unbelievable. This is it. This you have to sit down and work on. You know, you're gonna have to sit and study it. This way you have to spend more time. You can't just, it's not light reading, but it's very, very important. Do you understand? You see what's going on over here? Yeah.
Well, we got it. Can you draw me a diagram?
Yeah. Go get the Zohar.
I have this. You have something to go with this?
I have a little pair of trousers together.
Money doesn't go on the screen.
This is the mini version of the thing. This is nothing. This is about some commentator or whatever. Yes, the thing is, like, you don't know how to pronounce it either. We're totally being videotaped now. I wonder how long they have us.
Right when you wake up in the morning, you have to wash your hands.
What about this? Is this being made?
This is a charity.
Pushka.
Pushka.
So I would put the charity in there and then take it.
Take it forever. It's very yeah. Give me charity after you. Sure.
Each book, like, all kind of split up, and they're all about smaller than this. They're all like commentary and English. This you could get in a much more.
Still here? You want like without the deeper commentary?
I want the commentary.
this in 5 volumes or what?
I wanted to find if I can like bring it around. Like there's a he had like
There is this in pocket edition 5 volumes.
maybe not this exact edition, but like he had
the English commentary.
he had it where it was like this big and like you could just carry it around and put it in your pocket and like run.
So they have it. They have it for sure. Just the guy will give it to you. You need anything?
I have it at home.
Whatever you want. Okay, try that. In LA, it's all fast food.
I know. Did you just say you don't like going out? Oh, you like cookies?
The best thing possible. It's like home food. It's like so much love and feels put into it. It's like it has a whole different feeling. Really.
I know they fattened me up good this weekend.
But you gotta taste it. Real food.
That was good. We always go to this woman's house for Passover. She makes 10 different kinds of apple. Help me out here. No, the bricks.
What?
Oh, the kugel.
Kugel. We say kugel. What do you mean brick?
It's a symbolism for bricks, mortar.
Oh, the charoset.
Yes, she makes 10 different kinds.
Bricks? You mean like cement?
So great. So great.
Good
Are
stuff.
we being interviewed
Good
for
stuff.
something right now?
Just go around. You have plenty of people to.
Yeah, we're no fun.
Some people.
So where do you think we should ask to go?
You know what? Ask whoever's right.
And this is a good one. It's like
Oh, wow.
Okay. One for my family and one for my cousin.
Let me buy it. Okay, this is very good. This is very good.
Oh, is it? Okay.
My grandmother tried like a year ago when just to get put together.
Great, great book. There is another book that you can get besides this.
Okay. Which would be better?
No, but I think this is the best book.
That's the best one? So get her this one? Is it between this and like a little thing for Rosh Hashanah for the honey? The honey and this one. This would be better.
This, if your parents could fill the thing.
But she's not religious or anything, that's the thing.
It's a perspective of the ritual and the actual thing.
So it helps?
Yeah.
Look what I got. I got these.
Permission to believe, that's great. That's the best. This is great stuff. This is great stuff.
Cool.
There's another book like this which is a little less religious, a little more less from the ritual. I just don't remember. Have a look in the same section. You'll see if there's something there. Have a look in the same section, but this is very good.
Okay.
This is very good.
Science of God. That's what I want to find out.
Yeah.
See,
I know that
this
this
is also
fellow,
about the conflict.
this guy spoke the last time in the conference.
Yeah,
and the guys were like glued to him. They couldn't get away from it. And I wish we could have him again this time. And basically what he said is, this is the basics, this is the basic argument, and the rest is like his next book. So I know that this came first.
So this is the
probably
basics
this
and
is
this
more
is the
elementary.
complicated stuff.
This is more complicated.
So if you read that one first, you wouldn't need to
You
read
wouldn't
this
need.
one?
In class, somebody asked
I
him-
think like first get the basics of where he's coming from with this one, and then you can work on the next one.
I just read the other one and I was able to understand it. It's easy reading.
Yeah? So take the other
somebody in
one.
class asked him if,
If the other one, it could be
if you had to choose one book to read, which one would it be? And he said The Science of God. So
Take the other one then. Good. Take the other one. Great.
thank you. I still want to see what he has to say. This one's different than the first.
Okay. How's it going?
The problem is that
The song that you taught us. That's it. Let's go.
Oh, maybe not. No, I thought
It's the
sounded
same
like
author.
it.
It's the same guy.
Oh,
who made
is it?
Same author. Okay, guys. Are you trying to help them? Yeah. What do they need?
Basically law. I mean,
you want basic Jewish halakha?
Yeah.
Then you got to get the Code of Jewish Law. That's the
Okay.
simplest compendium. That's the basic compendium of Jewish law that you can cover. It covers basically everything.
Right.
But you know,
storms as well.
you want something which is lighter.
Yeah.
Uh, See, Jewish law is very hard to get in depth. It's very hard to get it when it's light. There are a lot of light stuff, storybooks, tons of them, generation to generation, might be interesting. Something more from a Sephardi. Do you have anything more with stories of Sephardi giants? They should get Baba Sali. Baba Sali, this book is going to blow your socks off.
Okay.
This is absolutely, this is like the best of the best.
All right.
But this is real mystical stuff. You ready for some stories? Like every miracle will blow you away. Get that book, Baba Sali. Yeah. Absolutely no. This guy passed away 20 years ago. It's called Baba Sali. Get the book.
Where is it?
And then there's another book that's worth getting called A Tzaddik in Our Time. I have so much inspiration from that book. That's much more practical. There are a couple of miracles there, but the guy was just like amazing. His midas, his feeling for another Jew. Like that was the first book really made me. That book really gave me so much. A Tzaddik in Our Time. See if you have that in paper book.
We went up to Bafa and we brought this to her. We told her we were going to get it. We wanted to see what she would say.
She flipped a double somersault.
She caught herself twice.
Okay, good. Try that one. That's good. Okay, let's see if we have something. A Tzaddik in Our Time. See if they have that. That's good. A Tzaddik in Our Time. A Tzaddik in Our Time. That book is so beautiful by Simcha Raz. I'm sure they have
these right now. I'm getting
that's good stuff.
Rashi.
Good stuff.
The
first one is great. This is great. This is great stuff.
And this I'm not going to get.
Okay, that's heavy stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
But A Tzaddik in Our Time is so good. And also Baba Sali is a book which is very, very moving. But it's more, it's mystical. I mean, it's true stories.
Right.
Okay.
But can I ask you about that? Are they allowed to use
mysticism?
Yeah.
For him, he was. For us to dabble in it is dangerous. We shouldn't do it. Because he had a father who taught it to him. His father was a giant, and his father gave it over to him in a very pure way. His father was a giant. His grandfather was a giant in mysticism. For his sons to teach it to plain people wouldn't work. But he was so reared in it, so brought up. When he was a little kid, he went with his father in the cold winter nights. He would break the ice on the mikveh to go in early in the morning and prepare himself. I mean, since he was a kid, he was brought up that it was different. For us, baby drops.
Fine. This is the Midrash.
Baba Sali.
Yeah, I think it's
too heavy.
He said he wants to read some stories.
This is good.
This is fine. It's got immortality in the soul. It's got stuff like the Shama. It's got extraterrestrial life.
This is the fundamentals.
Fundamentals. For the Midrash.
Is
this set good?
Yes.
It's very good. It's very famous.
I can find the rest of the sets back in LA?
Yes.
Yeah, if you buy one here, you'll be
See if you enjoy this one. I think you'll enjoy it. It'll give you a good background on what's happening in the parasha and the Torah for that week. That's definitely a good buy.
Enjoy. I'm doing, hey? Oh, you put the headphones on and listen in. That's good. Different style of music altogether. The guy who, was singing all those songs, like Kabbalah songs all the time, his tapes are really, everybody's different. If you like the heavy brass, the beat, but his songs, really stir the heartstrings, stir the soul. See this one. It's expensive, though. You can spend $12. You can download an MP3 thing. Oh, they don't?
It's a lot. You can download that on Napster?
I'm not sure. Jewish music, I'm not sure.
I'm sure you can.
Yeah? I'm sure somewhere someone's taking it. Yeah. Good.
You want good music? Like beating?
Use your song? What?
I'm gonna leave you. Okay.
Yeah, I almost started it. It's like 3 times.
Okay.
Just put them on the
Rob Samea. What? Or Samea. They're all pretty similar.
Yehuda?
Which register's open?
This last one. Yeah. That register's open. The last one.
Serpentine. I didn't get it yet, but I never
Blue or my
Oh, here, now.
They ran me the lines over there. No, I didn't either. I'm getting a picture.
Next.
Biometric excellent. It's quiet, it's close.
Next.
With a rabbi like you.
You're right.
I'm not a show and tell.
What did you get?
Which one do you want?
By Kaplan, he explains how tzitzit is all to do with the importance of life. Right? When you ask yourself, what are your responsibilities? All to do that. And do tzitzit is to do clothing. How important clothing is to a Jewish person, right? Running man is naked is not what they're meant to be. And tzitzit represents that. The idea of the knots on the tzitzit represent the mitzvot, the color of the tzitzit, right? Certain colors are used, for example, like the chelet is the ideal way of doing it, and that's blue and white blues used. You understand? It's all very, very important. Exactly why, where, and how the tzitzit are used. You know, there's so much symbolism and so much information about exactly what the tzitzit is. I do clothing, color.
Anywhere in the
Torah speaks about it. The Torah speaks about tzitzit.
It speaks about
yes. And Rashi, that's right. And you will understand. Rashi will bring down how important, how the color, the chelet, which was like a blue, which came from a certain sea creature. Because nowadays it's not ma'akev. That means you don't need to have this blue color on tzitzit anymore, right? Because we don't know. Most people have lost the source from which creature it was come from, right? They know exactly where the creature is, right? Some people today do say they found it. You see, some people today will have like a strand of blue in their tzitzit. Some say the black stripes on the talit and the tzitzit katan represent is a remez, is a hint to that chelet, that color, right? It was actually the name of the animal was a chilazon. It was an animal they used to have, which is color
colors too, many colors.
That's right. That's right. That's nice. It's just decoration. But the real thing is this blue. And the blue reminds me. When you look at it, it reminds you of Kadosh Baruch Hu. It reminds you of the sky, the same color as the sky and the sea, and the Kadosh Baruch Hu's kisei kavod. Right. So the whole time you have it, and you wear it. Think about it. You wear this mitzvah.
This you put on your body, have it on you all day, every single day. You have this beautiful mitzvah on your body. That's the idea.
So you're wearing it under?
I mean, underneath it, yeah.
Well, what is it? But it's a thing under too.
It's a baguette, like a vest underneath it. It basically what's this? Every time you wear a four-cornered garment, you have to wear tzitzit. Okay? If you don't wear a four-cornered garment, you don't have to wear tzitzit.
What's a four-corner?
Any garment which has got four corners, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, nothing we're wearing now has four corners. There's no four corners. This is circular, right? So on purpose, since the Jews want the mitzvah, they wear the garment. And the Gemara tells a story of someone called Katina, who didn't want to wear tzitzit. He said, I don't wear four-cornered garments. I'm not mechuyev. I don't have a responsibility, an obligation to put on a four-cornered garment so that we can have this beautiful mitzvah, the chance to have a beautiful mitzvah. This explains to you exactly why you have it. And then, again, the idea of clothing is a very big thing in Judaism. Running around naked, while we were there, while the non-Jews running around as apes, right, naked around the jungle, right, we were getting clothed. We were saying this is not what we're meant to be. We're not animals. Animals don't wear clothing. We're the only creatures. We're not creatures, but we're the only mammals who don't have these things on. Right. Okay, we're out of here.
Hold on.
Quickly pay, please. Anything else? Start on the front. We have.
Thank you. That means the world to me.
Oh, so sorry.
What are you getting? Getting these for my twin sister.
Oh, nice.
For my older sister.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. She'll treasure it.
Sorry.
Do they box this up? Do they box them up? Okay, great.
What did you give him?
Can I? Oh.
What is this translating? You want a weekday server? Yes. Yeah, this will work for you. Inspired also.
2160.
This is daily. It's not the same size hardcover. Here you have to get a different one. Which one? You want both or that one or this one? But I like to have like a top.
Thank you.
Get the cover one.
Out of paper. There's no on paper. He has to do it. This is the first time.
Just go.
There's like
Spidey weekly sitter.
Oh, I'm sorry. Just sorry.
2704.
Come on, come.
Yehuda.
Ambulance corps. You know, in Torah law and Jewish law, the preservation of Jewish life supersedes everything. It's the
And then the morning, about 5 o'clock in the morning, which I was going to speak about, during the night, my radio is on, but being that I'm doing this, you can come in. I'm doing this for about 8 years. I don't hear it anymore when they call. I'm just like, it's like part of me. So they call me, I'm on call different days of the week, and they called me on the phone at 5 o'clock in the morning. We came to a 43-year-old, same thing, lung cancer, and we took her to the hospital. I've had one cardiac arrest this week, and I had a few GMG calls, which means garnish McGurnish, which means nothing. Somebody thought they're not fit. We have some of those, but the majority of calls are very, very serious calls. Yes.
Out of all the calls that you go to, how many of them result in death? Like either that nothing could be done, or that they die in the operating table.
Well, we come to many calls that we just end up not even transporting them from the house, cardiac arrest. There's a difference between us and the other services. We don't do this for a living, or it's not a job. Actually, in the EMS world, it's called a job. Oh, we have a job. We would never call it that way. And a matter of fact, we end up working up cardiac arrest more often than the protocol would require, because you just want to try. Maybe we give them all this epinephrine and all this thing, maybe we will start the heart again. So we end up about 45 different medicines that we inject, and like $35 a shot, this thing called adenosine, which stops the racing heart, SVT. We just shoot them the $35 each little thing, and we give them, the first one is 2, we go up to 8 at a time, and no one even thinks of it. We don't care. I personally don't give a hoot about how much this call is going to cost. It's saving a life.
What about responding to a call on Carlos or a young fellow that's not necessarily
Okay, until we weren't there, we have no idea that it wasn't a serious call. I had a call just around the corner a few years ago. Old lady fell in the hall. You know that. They have a boo-boo here, and they have a little bang on the back of the head. She fell because she was in cardiac arrest. When I got there, I realized that she had no heart rate, and I ran. And my wife was in the car, and she says, it's only an old lady that fell. Take it easy. Don't kill us on the way. You know, we do drive a little. Some people accuse us of driving a little bit wild to get there. But when you know that every minute counts, you just give it what you have.
Do you still ever cry or you sad over these people?
The 12-year-old. The sister was engaged. She was getting married that week, and she came out to the ambulance, and she kissed him goodbye. He was on his way to the hospital. I get the chills when I think about it, but I turned around and cried. Other than children, I'm fine. And we actually have to be the one to be tough. Sorry, please don't stand here. But this is my mom. We do have to control the people's emotions. Now, yeah.
Do you have marking on your regular automobiles?
Yes, we have different plates, but most of us do. It's either EMT company. At just hearing the call on the radio, we drop everything that we're in the middle of doing, and we just run. My kids are waiting to go on a trip. As I said, I have 9 or 8 children, and we're planning this. It was on a vacation or something, and they always know that nothing is definite. I might come home, or I might just say, we're ready at the car, and I say, listen, what am I going to do? Somebody is having a heart attack, and I can save whatever's going on. They're always running.
Night shift.
What?
Night shift.
In the middle of the night. You know, it sounds exciting to be woken up in the middle of the night to go on a call. Trust me, I try not to hear it. It's just my natural reaction. In the middle of the night, the phone rings, and we know what it is. And you have to be alert, and usually it's a serious call. We have a most common call that I see as a paramedic is CHF, people's lungs filling up with fluid. They just cannot breathe. It's also very reversible. We just give them some Lasix IV, and we give them different medicines, and usually we get them alive to the hospital where they continue longer help. Yes. Now I think there's a bunch of neighbors bringing their towels and different stuff. The last one was on the West Side Highway in a car, and the 2 before were on the stairs in front of the house. Just weird ones. Some of them happened in the house. And one more a year ago was in the hospital. We brought the lady into the hospital, and we said, listen, she's going to deliver in a second. And the doctors were like, they're always, yeah, take your time. And she started delivering, and we were the only ones that had gloves. So I delivered the baby in the hospital, in the delivery room.
You said that service is free. Do people pay?
Nobody pays, and even if they want to give us a donation when we're on the call, we don't take it. I don't even know where it goes to. We just tell them, find out where to give it to. We have nothing to do with money. We'll take a break because he wants to do the, he wants to show the video. He has to go. I'll answer more questions afterwards. These are actual, he's our, this is, his nickname, I don't know why, is Jack the Whack. I'm not sure I know why. Every cop in town knows him. He has equipment in his car for accidents, jaws of life, to open up cars on emergency. We do deal with a lot of motor vehicle accidents, and he is a very good photographer. So he's always taking a video of
somebody take a shame.
Did you guys see the bird in the tunnel? She was coming from places.
This was shown at a fundraiser. No? Oh yeah. We also do transports cross country. I just did a transport to Israel for quotations.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Let them see it. Let's see. Let's see it here. Let's see the transport.
We're going to see a transport of a child coming from Israel for surgery.
Sorry, explain the best.
What you are about to see during this visual presentation are just a few of the emotional, heart-warming highlights exhibited by the volunteers of Hatzalah Borough Park this past year. For those of you who have actually had the need to call Hatzalah at any time, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, what more reassuring feeling is there than to hear the dispatchers say, "Okay, we're on the way."
This guy has a hat store. He shuts it down 10 times a day. You will shortly see with your own eyes 2 riveting stories experienced by Hatzalah Borough Park's volunteers. All done with such mesirus nefesh, care and dedication exhibited by them to all those in a time of need. This being done at a moment's notice with little regard for their own well-being. It will be quite some time before we'll be able to forget that sunny morning in January when the snow began falling in what was later to be dubbed the Blizzard of '96.
Good afternoon, 23 degrees and snow at 12:40. I'm ready to review what's happening. The snow is here and forecast for accumulation is up.
Good afternoon, 23 degrees at 1 o'clock. And hold on to your hats and bite the bullets. Winter storm number 13 has entered our lock.
Just remember how each one of you with your families geared up for what was predicted, staying home and preparing the necessities. Hatzalah Borough Park would not be deterred from its mission as dedicated messengers of Chesed. By Sunday night, with New York City's streets barely passable, as evidenced by the city bus not able to handle the road, Hatzalah's volunteers needed to keep up their dedication. They could not be deterred by the ravages of nature. With the snow not letting up, Hatzalah would stop for nothing, providing the necessary services to everyone who needed it. Late that snowy night, Hatzalah was contacted by Maimonides Hospital to assist in transporting the doctors and nurses to their essential jobs. Hatzalah went beyond the call of duty, making sure that the emergency room, labor and delivery rooms, and of course the operating rooms were fully manned. Surely, while you were sound asleep, with no idea what awaited you in the morning, Hatzalah had all their ambulances citywide manned with numerous volunteers throughout the entire night, not delaying response time to any call which might be phoned in. While the midnight oil burned brightly inside the Hatzalah garage, just stop for a moment and think, for who was all this done, if not for you? By the next morning, new medical emergencies began pouring into Hatzalah's phone center. The volunteers realized that this day, perhaps more than any other, their dedication to their chesed work would be needed more than usual. Throughout that day, Hatzalah made over 100 trips to this Maimonides dialysis treatment center in Borough Park. So critical to the many patients who needed it. A true pikuach nefesh. Just planning how to cope with 30 inches of snow is no small task. Hatzalah was able to still remain fully operational. 36 hours later, Hatzalah continued non-stop bringing the emergency medical care wherever it was needed. This past December, Hatzalah was contacted by an organization in Eretz Yisrael called Eza Mitsuya to assist in transporting a 10-year-old boy named Shai Shmayahu from an airplane to the NYU Medical Center in Manhattan. With little Shai unconscious and in need of emergency surgery within 48 hours to save his life, Hatzalah stepped up its operation for this unusual request, making the necessary arrangements. Hatzalah gave the clearance to Eretz Yisrael that they were ready to assist, informing them that they could indeed send the critical patient on the next El Al flight. Numerous ambulances were dispatched in Eretz Yisrael to assemble the group who was to accompany Shai. One ambulance was sent to pick up